Hi, I'm Lulu. It's Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, so I'm going to put together a little display that shows an abundant harvest. I'm going to use some secondhand things, some brand new things, and some handmade things, and one really old thing. So we'll start with the brand new things. I got this cake stand from Marshall's, and it's made out of ceramics. It was made in Portugal. And it was actually in the sales section, the reduced down to $7 from $10. And I think it was reduced because it was probably originally for the spring and Easter season, but I think the yellow color works nicely for autumn as well. And they do have other ones, other colors of this at the store now. I saw a white one the other day. Anyway, I've got that. And then I've got these gourds, and these came from a greengrocer on Queen Street West here in Toronto. My husband picked them up, and I do always get some gourds every year, and every year I try to dry them out because I hear you can, and supposedly they'll dry out and look exactly the same as they did. But I've never been successful, except last year I was able to dry this one out. It was originally all nice and orange, but it turned a little mottled like that, so I wasn't sure I was going to use it for the Thanksgiving display. I thought maybe more for Halloween with a kind of a spooky mottled look. But then at Michael's I found this pick in the autumn floral section, and I think it goes really quite well with those, with the pumpkins on here. And the pick was $8 originally, but all of their autumn stuff was on sale for 50% off. And when I was at Michael's, I had a coupon for 40% off, and I looked around the store all over the place to try to find something to get. And everything that I wanted was already on sale, and they don't apply the coupon to that. But I came upon something I was really happy to find, a bundle of real wheat. And this is grown in Canada, and I will take it out of the wrapper and give you a better look, but it's real wheat stalks. So I'll use that. And then that's all the new things. Now the thrifted things. I've got this little figurine of a scarecrow lady with a little crow. And I think by the looks of her, she's probably from the 70s. She's made out of really hard plastic, very hard, and quite heavy for her size. And she was $3.99. The thrifted things all came from the Value Village at Lansdowne and Bloor. Then the next is one of these grab bags. I've got the items out of it, but these grab bags. And the whole bag was $3.99. And there are two really good things. One pretty nice thing, and one thing I'm just not sure about. But I'll show you one of the really good things. Was this ceramic. It's part of a salt and pepper shaker. I think it's probably the pepper because there's 3 holes, and I think, no, yeah, the pepper has more holes than the salt, but anyway, there's 3 holes on it. And I know this is pretty old, probably from the 40s, because the red on the flower here is coming off, and that's how you can age old ceramic pieces. Some of the old ceramic pieces is that the red always came off first. So I guess, I don't know, it must have been what it was made out of. So I got that. And then the other good thing I like is this calico critter, little rabbit. I have always had a soft spot for calico critters. I don't have any, but I'm always looking at them. And I think that's really cute. And she's actually the ballerina, but her little ballet feet are hidden by the dress. And I forget her name. Like, they're all named different characters. But if you haven't seen the Calico Critters, they have doll houses and furniture and everything, and they're so cute. They have some hedgehogs, different animals, very cute. And then the other item that is okay is this rabbit, ceramic rabbit. It's got no markings on. It's got a bit of a pearlescent finish. And so that'll be good for Easter decor, and I'll use the Calico Critter for Easter decor as well. Then the fourth item in the bag that I'm not sure about, not that attractive, but it's a sheep. And it's made out of ceramic, like the body of it all is ceramic. And there's no markings on it at all, and I could not find anything about its origin. But this feels like it's real wool. Like the body is real wool. I'm not sure if it is, but it might be. So anyway, I'm not sure about that. I might give that back to the thrift store. And then the last thrifted item is this lovely copper platter. And this was very tarnished when I brought it home, and it had some rings in the center. Somebody had put a glass on it, and it made rings that were like perma rings. And I tried everything, well, what I thought was everything. I tried different soap and tried alcohol, rubbing alcohol and vinegar, and it just would not come out. And then I looked online, and they suggested to use vinegar mixed with salt. And my goodness, it was like magic the way the tarnish came off with that. I just poured a bit of vinegar, then poured some salt on and started rubbing it around, and before my eyes it just really cleaned up nicely. So if you have some copper, you can try, and you need to clean it, that's a good way. And then that shows how tarnished it was. I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell, but it was $4.99, and it originally had an old strings. The people who had it before had been hanging it on the wall. So I replaced the string with a piece of wire because I'll be hanging it on the wall as well. And then last I have this little handmade pumpkin. I have a tutorial on YouTube that I'll link to of how to make these, but this is the first really little tiny one I've made. And then I made a couple of other things, and I'll show them to you in these next clips. If you're seeing this, it means my idea turned out. My husband Nick is the chef in our family, and he had this bag of potatoes, and I asked him to save the empty bag, and I did get a bit of an eye roll, but he saved it for me because I thought it was quite cute and charming. The brand is called Downey Farms, and they're locally grown in Ontario. And I like this side here where it says locally grown. So what I'm going to try to do is make a sign. There are 2 layers. So I'll separate them, and then I'm going to iron the paper to flatten it out. So I've cut out some cardboard, and I taped it along one edge on the other side. Now I'm going to put some glue on the cardboard. I'll spread that around with an extra piece of cardboard. I'll just pull that smooth. Then I'm just going to tape this other edge and the sides, and then I'll put it back on to make it look nice at the back. 1909. Hope you are well and wish you and your people a very pleasant Thanksgiving. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it, and if you did, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're from Canada, happy Thanksgiving.